already April of 2019.
I know, right? I'm so old. Like, everything is old. I've done nothing on the novel that I want to get done.
Hell, you have a novel you're working on.
By the end of the year, I have done nothing on Camp NaNoWriMo that I was trying to force myself to do. But it's okay, because it's only like the third day. And is today the third?
Yes.
Okay.
I had to look. I don't know.
I was like, is today the third?
I work nights. I don't know.
I don't know. I've been off for 4 days. I think my problem with that is I don't have the mindset that I have for November, which is, it is NaNoWriMo month. It is, you get this shit done as best as you can during this month. It is writing month. I take off work. Like, everyone knows that month is, like, Phoebe is writing some shit. We still haven't seen it, but Phoebe is writing some shit. And I don't have that mindset for Camp NaNoWriMo. Because you can set your own, like, limits. I only have a 10K limit for myself, because I'm writing a fic. And I want to, like, I'm horribly slow at writing fic, because I get hung up in, like, characters that are not my own, and I'm like, but is this in character? I don't know, and what if they can't do this because I don't know if it's in character or not? But then I think of all the fics where it's like, people have made whatever character their own.
Yeah.
Like...
And that's what's great about it.
Yeah. Like the Avengers fic with all the Roombas.
Oh!
Like...
I need to go back and look.
They really made those characters their own.
Fine.
But, like, she made those characters her own. And would I say that those are, like, 100% in character? No, because she made a whole new world with them. Mm-hmm. So they're not in character from, like, the movies, but they're in character for that world.
Yeah.
And, like, so many other fics where it's like, are these in character? I mean, they're in character for that world that that person created.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean that it's bad.
I like it when, like you said, when they make the character their own. It's like, yeah, it's plausible. It's like it's an AU.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like,
with AUs, it's like, okay, this is in character for this alternate universe that they are writing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just haven't gotten past that mental block with myself, because I'm like, oh my god, I have to, like, especially with, like, Dan and Phil shit, we know so much about their entire history.
You know more than I do.
Okay. So, the fandom itself knows probably from, like, the moment they're born, someone has probably looked that shit up. Because I think someone, like, has figured out when they were born and, like, did their horoscopes for them. And their star charts. Spoiler, They are perfect for each other because their star charts say so. They are actually completely compatible.
That's awesome.
Like,
well, I mean, that's why they've been together.
20 years, yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. They were born together, they live together, they'll die together, probably falling off a cliff somewhere. Phil will fall,
and then Dan will, like,
Dan will be like, oh god, I have to save him, and jump after him, and that'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's still funny that they chose the one answer during Interactive Introverts where someone that I followed on Tumblr, it was her answer, or their answer.
Yeah.
It was like, how will Dan and Phil die? And they typed in together, and they're like, lol, together. And they chose that.
Yeah.
And then this person on Tumblr was like, that was my answer. I didn't think they'd choose that. I think it was actually their show, too. So, like, they're, like, in the audience, like, dying because they chose their answer. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying. But, like...
We know, like, the fandom knows more about...
The fandom has an entire damn Google document that, with links, and that, like, has no owner. It belongs to the internet, according to whoever created this. That is, like, their entire history together on the internet. Like, it has, like, pictures of, like, their tweets that they have deleted, the pictures that they put up online that are now deleted because, you know, they're not stupid.
Yeah.
Like, teenage Dan was, like, trying to get Phil's attention and putting, like, half-ass naked pictures of himself up on whatever that website was, Photo Booth.
Oh, God.
They've got screen caps of that shit.
Yeah. God.
There's so much. There's no... You have to kind of do it in AU. Mm-hmm. Because you can't be exact with that, because, honestly, I don't have time for that. I do not have time to go back to 2009 and be like, okay, let me look this up And okay, that's what day they were at this place because we know this because of this tweet that someone else has tweeted that they've deleted from 10 years ago, but someone has a screen grab of it. They mentioned this place where they were at, and they saw Dan and Phil. So, we know they were at this place 20 miles from Phil's house. It's a thing.
They probably know, when they were born, how many people, held them in the hospital.
Probably,
including, nurses and doctors and stuff. Because they have tracked that down.
If someone can find that, there is someone that still goes through the, records of, births and engagements and everything to make sure that they will catch it if there's ever an engagement.
Yeah.
There's people that actually do this now, and I'm like, y'all, this is too much. Also, if I were them, I would have gotten married in some other, country just to fuck with everyone.
On tour.
On tour, just to fuck with everyone. So anyone that's looking in the United States or in the UK that's watching these records will never find it, and they can just sit back and be like...
Or even in Japan. They wouldn't do it in Japan. Because people would be like, well, Japan. It's like, no.
They wouldn't do it in Japan, because then people will be like, so I got my Japanese cousin to look through these records. Because someone out there is going to do that. You will not walk on the computer.
Yeah, it would have to be somewhere else. That's...
So in India, they probably got...
where was it they went on, the gondola ride? Is that what it's called, the gondola?
I don't remember. I'm a fake fan, aren't I? I don't have the encyclopedic... I'm sure someone will tell me.
I don't know. I'm assuming this what it was, because they were like, yeah, the thing, and Martin was there, and...
I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember anything.
Okay.
It sounds like something from Japan.
I don't know. I don't even think gondola is the right word.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember because...
Yeah. I'm assuming that's what...
I barely have enough RAM to store my own shit, and now I'm storing Dan and Phil's shit. I can't even... You saw this picture, right?
Yes!
Of Dan being wine mom.
I saw that, and I saw that. And I looked at my glass of wine, I'm like, same!
Yeah. I saw this picture, because I don't get his alerts on Twitter. I do not. I have him for alerts. I get everyone but Dan. I get Jack's, I get Mark's, I got Tyler's for a while until I turned him off, because every time, Tyler or Jack or Mark would tweet, I'd be like, oh my god, oh wait, no, it's them, it's not Dan or Phil. I have some of my friends. I have Rachel on tweet alerts, because I kept missing her tweets, and so I'd be like, well, I'll turn her on alerts. I've got, Shannon on alerts. Apple Saucy. Apple. Oh! Yeah. I have her on alerts. Her author on alerts. Her author Twitter.
Question. You that tweeted about a podcast with the Hannibal episode that I've totally listened to. It's
Yeah, I think I tweeted it at you.
And is that Hello Taylor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Hello Taylor's
Yeah,
podcast.
and I was also like...
Yeah, that's Hello Taylor.
They're like, okay, where can they find you? And it's Hello_Taylor. And I'm just like, wait a second.
Yeah, that's Hello Taylor.
And I did that with something else.
Fandom's a small world,
It was
man.
another podcast. It was something else. And they said, oh yeah, this or that, and they hinted, and I was just like,
yeah.
Oh, it was when you and Rachel were talking about an author, and they're like, oh yeah, and then this is how her name she wrote fics under, and I'm like, wait a second. Yeah!
Astolat wrote Adam Lambert fic.
Yeah, I meant to text you and be like, is that...
That's Astolat of the Adam Lambert fic.
Yeah!
The former Avengers fic. Yeah. And the currently Transformers sexy fic.
Because I knew exactly what you were talking about when you said, the robot. And I'm just like, it's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
And then, let's see. Reoccurring, you mentioned Hello Taylor, there is a podcast called Not Now I'm Reading. They review a book called Never Been Kissed and the Hoyden and 20-something.
Not Now I'm Reading?
Not Now I'm Reading. Because I was like, oh, Not Now I'm Reading. This seems cool. And I was like, wait a second. Because I was like, oh, it has they did books by Alyssa Cole, and they did Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I was like, which is Astolat, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, and wait a second, this is the Hoyden and 20-something. I was like,
that's
excuse
awesome.
You. So they were on that podcast.
Now I have more to listen to.
Yeah, you have more to listen to.
Let's see, how many...
And I haven't listened to that podcast yet, but I've got it, queued up.
Yeah. I'm so proud of me. I have finally got my list of podcasts down from 300s to 159.
Great, I'm 119 because I subscribe to more things.
Yeah.
So.
I was like, I'll find more. I'm like, okay, we'll just put that in, like, the list that you find later. It's fine.
And then, like, 3 years later, you're like, oh, yeah, remember when I was into that?
Yeah.
And I never listened to that podcast. It's like the sad Yuri on Ice podcast that, like, it was like Yuri on Ice Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And I downloaded the entire thing and then forgot it existed. And then Yuri on Ice, like, stopped being, like, a thing immediately. And I had to just delete it. I was like, I downloaded it. I gave you those hits. I just forgot to listen to it because I was listening to everything else. But yeah.
Oh, but that's when I distracted myself again. You were talking about, people in fandom with Dan and Phil and all that. And all I could think of is, like, when you talk about, like, the really crazy ones have, like, alerts, and I'm like, okay, well, I've tracked down this or that. It's like that one scene in Yuri on Ice where all the fangirls are chasing Yuri Princess.
Yeah.
And they, like, had their nose to the ground, and it's like, I found a hair! And they're, like, they're sniffing that. That's a whole fandom.
I feel like that's fandom with Dan and Phil most times.
Yes.
And they have to be like, yeah, we never go outside. We have no friends. That way people don't look for them. Otherwise it'd be like that.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, from what I gathered, not being on Tumblr because I just can't deal with it right now. And I have no time. The picture where he is, like, with being sad wine mom at home is probably an old picture. Mm-hmm. Because Phil was up north and they think Dan went with him because somehow they think this is an old picture. I don't know how because I haven't been on Tumblr.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But
since the whole Tumblr fiasco, I haven't been on Tumblr.
I'll get alerts.
And it's like, this person is, like, posted something. I'm like, yeah, it's ruined for me.
I deleted the Tumblr app off my phone because I was reading before bed instead of, like, scrolling Tumblr.
Yeah.
So I need to get back on Pillow Fort. I need to, like, update Pillow Fort. But anyway, group chat was freaking out because he's got black nail polish on.
Yeah.
So, like,
he's
like, becoming, like, young Adam Lambert happening right now.
Only better. Because he can't get the weird face thing that's happening.
And I saw this picture and I was like, oh, there's, like, a tweet. Because I didn't see the actual tweet, and this is a reply to a tweet.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the picture, and I had to go look it up. And so I see, like, the group chat screaming about it, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, why the hell? I can see the hint of a mustache.
I know!
And I was, like, more upset about that. I was like, I was like so distracted by that. It took me a second and I was like, oh my god, he did not shave. I did not even know he could probably grow a mustache. This is unacceptable. Oh wait, he's got nail polish on. I was like, oh, well that's nice.
And you can't see if he has an earring or not. So
yeah. It's like, also, this mustache, I am upset. They have, like, soft lighting in their videos. Mm-hmm. So, like, generally you can see when Phil has, like, a stubble situation, but you don't really see it with Dan. Also, he half-ass can't grow it.
Yeah.
He's probably, if he ever tried to grow a beard, it'd be like a patchy situation. It'd be really sad. Mm-hmm. But also, I do not want to see Dan with a mustache. I think that would be creepy. I can't.
I don't know how it would fit his face. No, but, like, the picture he put up on Instagram, everybody's like, right? It's so pretty. I'm like, he looks so skinny.
That lighting and that angle, he knows how to work the angle. He really does. And, like, everyone was, like, upset because people were like, oh my god, he's so skinny. Is he okay?
I know.
And everyone else was like, oh my god, will you shut up and let him, like, have his picture up on Instagram and be, like, the boy-ho that he never got to be because he got married early. And then, like, Louise and Kat were apparently, like, being stupid, talking about, like, oh, you look sick. Are you okay? And so it's like,
leave him alone.
Can you fucking say this over DMs instead of out in public?
Yeah.
Can you not? Shut up.
Because when I first glanced at it, I'm like, he's so skinny. And then, like, you really look at it and you're like, oh, okay, it's just the way he's turned.
Yeah, he knows how
and, yeah, it's fine.
Behind that selfie is 200 others.
Oh, yeah.
Like, turned all different directions, and that's the one that, like, was the right angle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like, just leave the boy alone.
Like, let him...
Call him boy, he's older than me.
I can call him boy. He's 3 years younger than me.
How old is he?
27.
He's 3 years younger. And I was like, how old am I? I'll be 25 this year.
I'll be 31. Phil is older than me. By a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm so old. I'm so incredibly
I'm so old.
Do you want to hear? I know I wrote in the Google Doc the thing about Taylor Swift. Do you want to hear that story?
Yeah, so what about Taylor Swift?
So, someone in the group chat, she's, like, tuned in to, like, 1D still, because it was, like, her fandom at one point. So she still, like, knows what's going on a little bit. At least that's what I've gathered. And she's like, so do you want to hear, like, the weirdest drama ever? And we're like, yes. And she's like, so this one Taylor Swift, like, Twitter, like, update account, the owner of the account lives in Israel. That's fine. Mm-hmm. It's a Taylor Swift, like, Israel update account. Yeah. You know, that's fine. That's cool. And for a while they disappeared. And when they came back, the person tweeted and was like, yeah, I was in prison for a little bit. Because I wouldn't join the IDF, which is the Israeli Defense Force. Yeah. Which is like, it's like a mandatory 2 years of military service. And then you're done. But you have to be in military service for 2 years. Doing whatever. It's not like you're out killing people, but it's like, you're serving the country for 2 years. She's like, I didn't want to. So I was in jail for a while. And then someone, like one of their friends, smuggled in a binder full of One Direction fic. Like, a binder of, like, 1D fic, and apparently 1D fics are, like, always, like, extremely long. Yeah. So it's a thick-ass binder. And on the front of the binder said, like, what does it say? Like, Jewish history, or something like that on the front of the binder. And let me actually scroll up so I can find this thing. Oh, that is amazing. I haven't been very active in the past couple of months because I was in prison. I'm not back, though. More Taylor Swift updates soon. Oh my god, why? I refuse to join the IDF, LMAO. And, like, this person was like, no one else knew it was about One Direction? Am I hallucinating, or do these criminals know nothing about gay internet theories? They just thought it was a series of short erotic stories centered around the same characters. Wild. So, like, people were, like, trading this binder around for, like, stuff to read. And no one knew it was One Direction fic. Let's see, where is it? No, there's another picture. Someone snuck in Larry fanfiction 3 days ago during visiting time. It's in a huge binder entitled Jewish History in Eastern Europe. It's a compilation of 24 stories in English. People have been trading cigarettes to take it.
That's amazing.
So I'm glad. I was like, y'all, if you're ever in prison, I will print out some stuff and smuggle it in for you.
Yeah. I'll give you an assortment. Like some...
Just like an assortment.
But obviously all of, like, the Roomba fics.
Well, obviously.
And, you know, because those
and
are just
no get and fill stuff, because you don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
But, like... But I thought that was really funny. I was like, this is going on the podcast, right?
So when I'm in prison, will you smuggle me, like, comfort fics, like the Roomba and...
I will send you a binder.
And Wade We Trust.
I will. I'll get a binder and disguise it. I don't know how.
History of Trump.
Yes.
Because that'll make it through.
Oh, that'll make it through.
So.
But yeah, I was like,
that's amazing.
I'm glad that they were cared for in prison.
I know. Like, forget gift baskets. It's like, I don't need that.
It's like, don't sneak me in a shank. Like, no. I need that binder.
Yeah. You can beat someone with that binder. It's fine.
Stupid.
Oh. So they have good friends.
Right? It's like, that's true friendship right there. I smuggled you in some 1D porn. I also... Did I tell you about the Priory of the Orange Tree?
I saw your tweet.
Thick-ass book.
Yeah.
It's 600 pages. Oh. It is a book you could kill someone with.
Awesome.
Like, I bought one...
Is it? I think I looked up to see if it was an audiobook. But no,
it should be an audiobook. It better be an audiobook, because it's...
Better be, because I need that.
Because, like, I bought it because someone tweeted about it. So Twitter works. For, like, recs and stuff, you start on following some author Twitter, and they retweet stuff because they want everyone to succeed. And so you find things, like, I didn't know anything about this author. I've probably seen her books other places, because she has a previous, like, best-selling line that's, like, 7 or 8 books or something. Yeah. And this is all high fantasy stuff. So, like, a better version of Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones.
I couldn't get through Lord of the Rings.
No, I can't live my life that way.
I tried, but
I can't get through Game of Thrones either. I can't live my life that way either.
No.
But this is, like, the only comparison I can think of that would make people understand is it's like Game of Thrones, but it's about one queen. Mm-hmm. And, like, the descendants before her.
instead of like 10 families you have to try and keep up with, and this and that. It's like, no.
Yeah.
And everybody dies.
It's a thick... It felt like it took me 10 years to get through just because it was so long.
Yeah.
Because it's 600 pages, and there's like 5 points of view, so you never have the queen's point of view. You have the queen's, like, handmaiden that's there to protect her, that the queen doesn't know that is there to protect her, because the queen is important, or they thought the queen was important. And then we have another person in, like, a completely different area of the world, because it has maps in the front.
That's so
and,
cool.
like, in the end, after all of this, after I've, like, it took me until the end to figure out who everyone was.
Yeah.
Just because, like, it's like, the entire time, I'm like, oh my god, it's like Lord of the Rings. I can't remember these people's names. All my mind is thinking up when I see these names is, I can't understand your accent. That's the only thing. Like, the entire time, I'm like, so the girl, she rides the dragons, I see. And the queen is, and like,
yeah.
After you read it a while, it's like, okay, I recognize these names. I don't know how to pronounce them, but I recognize these names. And then you have, like, the alchemist that was, at one point, promised the queen to, like, have eternal life, but he could never make it work, and so she banished him. And then the girl that's watching over the queen, the girl that rides the dragons, the alchemist, and then, like, the queen's, like, best friend that got banished because it's a dude, and the person that banished him didn't want him to be, like, close to the queen, because then someone might think that he was sleeping with the queen, and then she wouldn't be able to have her pick of whoever she wanted to marry, to, like, form an alliance with, because they'd be like, she's already sleeping with this dude, because why else would he be hanging around?
Yeah. So
you have those points of view. It's one of those, like, I can tell at the end, they're finally gonna, like, meet. And they finally meet in, like, the last 10th of the book.
Oh!
I was like, I can see them getting closer and closer. It's kind of intertwining. It's coming. It's like, they finally met. But it's a good book.
Yeah.
It's a good book. And, like, the reason I bought it is because, like, I saw it and I was like, wow, that cover's pretty. Oh, it's about dragons. And I looked it up on Amazon.
Lady Queen.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, it's about a queen, and I see some dragons, and I looked on Amazon, and I looked, like, the categories was under. One of the categories was LGBT, and I'm like, I see.
Yeah.
So there's gay and dragons. And I was like, I'm buying this. And I was like, Twitter, I'll report back because...
Yeah, was there gay?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But I was like, I'm suspicious of how much gay there is and dragon. But yes, there is gay.
Good.
And, like, it's not, like, half-assed gay. The queen's gay.
Awesome!
The queen, like, marries a dude because she's supposed to have an heir, because only the queen's line.
Yeah.
As long as her line continues, the dragon that ruined the world, which the only thing I could think of was, like, World of Warcraft, and, like, Deathwing in World of Warcraft, that, like, returned and burned, like, a whole bunch of stuff and made, like, you don't know. But I'm like, if the queen's line doesn't continue and she has to have another daughter, because apparently
instead of all being, like, male heirs, it's ladies.
The entire, like, her entire line is all women.
Mm-hmm.
It's all, there's never been a male child.
Awesome.
It's always been, she has a daughter, the daughter has another daughter. So it's always because of the queen. The queen is always the most important thing. Which is good.
Yeah.
I like that it was, like, female friendship centered.
Mm-hmm.
And female care centered. And then also, dragons, and they ride the dragons, and they have different lore about the dragons. Like, some of the dragons are old enough to have wings, but a lot of the dragons just have, like, a sack on their head that gives them flight.
Oh. Okay.
And so if you, like, pierce that sack with an arrow or something, they can't fly until they're healed. Which is really cool. I mean, it doesn't, like, change, like, the shape of their head or something, but that's, like, what gives them flight. So, and they're, like, water dragons. That's what they are.
Yeah.
They have to be in water, like fish. Otherwise, like, they will end up drying out and dying.
Yeah.
Like, they have to be near the sea to swim in the water when they need to, otherwise, like, they'll die. So that was really cool. Like, the dragon lore was really cool when we finally got to the dragons 2/3 the way into the book. It's like, oh my god.
So you just have like little markers of like the different.
I was like, this is forever long. I was like, I didn't know I was getting into all this stuff when I was just coming for dragons. I was coming for dragons and gay. Where is the gay and where is the dragons? But it was awesome, pretty good, and like, and it's serious because there is like war and stuff, and so people get hurt, and a guy loses a limb, and it was a big deal I didn't need to know about, and like, it's serious business. Like, people die and stuff. That's why, like, the only thing I can think of is it kind of relating to Game of Thrones, but there's only one throne.
Yeah.
There's only one fucking throne. None of the other thrones matter. Like, I don't care about the other people, like, the other kingdoms. It's like, it's fine. You know?
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. The queen is like, she's, like, tortured and has problems because, you know, she's been alone. She saw her mother die. And, like, other, like, tragic things happen to her. And all this stuff. Like, when you see your mother die right in front of you, and then, you know, you're the queen,
yeah,
and you can't really trust anybody because you're the damn queen, and you have, like, this thing where you have to mentally, like, I don't want to get married, but I have to get married because I have to have a baby to carry on this line, otherwise the dragon that 1,000 years ago was trapped under the earth will come back. If the queen's line ends, the dragon will come back.
Yeah.
And so you have that, it's like, oh my god.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. It's like, shit.
It's not just I have to rule, it's I have to rule and save the world from a dragon.
I have to rule and keep the world safe from the evil dragons, because that country doesn't realize not all dragons are evil. So there's, like, two warring, like, religions as well, because they believe that all dragons are evil.
Yeah.
And then the people that ride the dragons are like, no, these dragons are not evil because they helped banish the one that was evil.
Yeah.
It's his side. It's like the dark dragons that are the evil ones. And so they have to, like, come to terms with that. So it's really good. I liked it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I liked it. And now that I'm done reading that, I can read things that are much shorter. Because I was like, it's like 8 hours.
You go purge with, like, some Danafil, just to cleanse your palate.
It was like an event trying to read it because you had to focus. Because now it's like, oh shit, it's a new chapter. I'm in a different point of view. Who was this person? What were they doing? Okay, I think I remember this person. Okay. Because it took me until, like, halfway through the book to, like, remember who they were.
Have a notebook or, like, notes on your phone to, like, help you.
I was almost at that point, because if I'd got, like, halfway through that book and still couldn't remember, I was going to be like, okay, I have to, like, take notes down of who is who.
Yeah. Because
I cannot freaking remember where they are, what they're doing, because I'm like, having to go back so many times because I was, like, falling asleep as I was reading too.
Oh, no.
So I'd, like, wake up and, like, go to, like, read before work and be like, why are they in this country? Who is this? I don't know who this is. I have to go all the way back to the beginning of the chapter. Yeah. But it was a good book.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in my list on Audible. So.
Yeah, it's really good. I wonder if I'd gotten more out of it with the audiobook.
Probably.
Because then I would have been able to listen to it going to and from work.
Mm-hmm. And if you get a good narrator, then usually they'll, like, do different voices, and sometimes you'll have multiple narrators, like, for the different, and so it's always helpful for me.
The audiobooks should be really good, because if they do, like, different pitches to their voice, they'd have to voice the dragons, too. The dragon has a voice.
Yay! Yeah. Yay!
The writer's dragon has a voice.
Yay!
So you...
I love dragons.
Yeah,
I love the death lizards.
They're really good. They're really good. I enjoyed it. And now I can read other things. I bought it for one of the girls at work.
Yes.
And I was like, I bought you this thick-ass book. And I was like, here's the book. And she's like, my god, it's huge. And I was like, yes, you better treasure this $20 book.
I want to buy, like, the actual book.
Yeah.
That way I can see how thick it is.
It's a big-ass
book. So, like, as thick, if not thicker, as, like, that one, like, historian whatever book.
It's bigger than that.
Bigger than that one? Damn!
It's a big book.
It's you could kill a cat with that book.
You could kill, yeah, you could. Homestuck reference. Like.
It's still the best thing, because, like, it's damn.
Yeah. The book could be classified as a weapon. I do plan on buying, I need to buy that, and I need to buy The Stars Are Legion.
Yeah.
Cameron Hurley has a new one out, which I'm gonna buy and read too, even though, like, The Stars Are Legion, I was just uncomfortable all the time. But it was good! And, like, I'll take that it was good to my grave. But, because, like, clearly, like, it was not, like, made me uncomfortable enough that I'm not going to read more of her stuff. But, my God.
It's not quite for you.
Not quite for me, but I'm going to read the next one, which is about, it's like they're going to war. It's another space opera, but to travel, they get turned into light and blasted across the universe. Mm-hmm. She did, like, a summary. She's like, yeah, I wrote a book about how capitalism is bad and about a bisexual woman that her entire, like, dedication to fulfilling whatever she's doing is to go and find her lover to bang her again. And I'm like, I see. I was like, I'm
down for that.
I was like, I will buy this book. I was like, I was going to anyway. This is a solid summary.
Yeah, it's good.
She's like, they let me write that, and apparently it's doing well, so.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, that is a good summary. You definitely know, like, what your audience wants.
Yeah.
The important part of your audience. Did you watch Mark, like, crying?
Yes! It was so good. He loves Amy so much.
He does. He loves Amy so much. He loves everyone so much. I'm, like, sitting here, and this was the first time I had, like, laughed so hard and just so loud. I was like, I don't care. I hear the neighbors all the time. They can hear me laughing about, like, Mark getting his wisdom teeth taken out and being so high.
I know.
He's like, and then crying because he's just so thankful. And I'm like, Mark says he's an asshole, but deep down he's actually really pure. And he, like, actually really loves everyone and wants to, like, make everyone happy.
Yeah.
And you just have, like, the veneer of assholery on the outside, which isn't really assholery.
No.
Because there's, like, Mark being dumb, and there's an actual asshole that doesn't care.
Yes.
And, like, doesn't care if they hurt people, but Mark wouldn't want to hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, watching it, I'm like, he's just so pure.
I know.
And just...
When he forgot the one nurse's name,
yeah,
and he was so sad.
He was like, oh my god. Yeah.
Oh.
Hand gestures. Yeah.
Face and hands.
Face and hand gestures. Like, when someone is, like, so high, they're at that point, and they're not, like, mean or not an asshole, you know that comes from inside. Because you can't keep that up when you have really no control of, like, what's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
When I got drunk, unless someone pissed me off, which was usually when politics came by on Twitter, I was like, now I'm mad. But overall, I don't think I was, like,
a belligerent drunk.
No.
I don't know what kind of drunk I am, but...
Well, you text me and you're like, I don't have legs. My legs are gone.
I think that was the time when I stubbed my toe trying to take off my pants, and my toe hurt, and I was just like, I can't move now.
Yeah, you're like, the floor is so comfortable.
Yeah.
The carpet is so soft.
Yeah, that was when I was like, and Tyler. Yeah, that was that.
Anyway, Mark is, like, pure and wholesome.
Sweet baby boy.
He really is.
Did you watch his new video, him trying to do fencing?
I have not, because I've been watching Tobel. A couple weeks ago, Iron Spike on Twitter tweeted about how she was playing this game called Kenshi. And, like, she had, like, really high stealth or something on her character, but her character was, like, really set up for kind of, like, assassinating other characters in this game, but her character could never go up against, like, someone that was, like, had to be, like, hand-to-hand combat, because they would just, like, flatten her character. Kenshi is, from what I gathered, it's, like, a base building, squad building game where, like, Tobel, I'll put a link to his playthrough of Kenshi in the show notes, but he's done over 80 episodes, and usually they're between a half hour and an hour long, of him playing Kenshi, where he started out with, like, he's got, like, a very calm voice, not loud or extremely sweary or anything like that, like, Cryptic Fox.
I was saying, kind of like Cry.
And one time I heard him say a boot, so I'm not sure if he's Canadian or was just, like, being funny. Because he didn't go a boot, ha 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 ha. He just, like, it just, like, came out, and I'm like, bitch, are you Canadian and you've been hiding it this whole time? But stealth Canadian, and he doesn't do face cam or anything like that, which is fine because, like, but he started his little playthrough with, he had, like, one character, and his character was, like, naked and only had one arm, and he had to, like, survive until he could, like, get clothes and a sword and enough money that he could like hire someone else to like be part of his team, and they slowly build up his team, and then found a place where he could like build a base 10, 20 episodes later and start building a base, build walls around the base, start mining some iron, start making some fabric, start hiring more people, until he eventually has, like, right now I think he has like 20 people. Oh, it's more than 20 people now. And he has like this huge base in like a dangerous area with like these huge Leviathan things that walk by, and he found out real quick when he was like, I think we're strong enough. We can go out and kill one of these. And he's like, we're strong enough. Okay, let's go. My squad of like 15. Let's go. And he's like, oh shit. And so the rest of the thing was like, I think the title of the thing was like Tobel like screws up or something like that was the title of it. He put text on there that says Tobel regrets his decision in 3, 2, 1, and he's like, oh shit, we just got killed. Because if your character is killed, they're gone.
Oh, so
there's no resurrecting. It's a permadeath.
Oh,
so God. He's already had 2 characters die from stupid reasons. None of his characters have died like heroically. They've all like been brought back from the brink, because the way it's set up, it's like, okay, this character got blasted in the leg. They can lose a leg. Then they have to go find like a robotic leg to put on them. So one poor character, like lost her leg, and he had like a little peg leg on her for a while until they could find her a leg so she could at least get around. Because they'll just crawl on the ground. It looks so sad. It looks so sad.
That's awesome.
And like, there's like one-handed weapons and two-handed weapons that are like the weapons you want to use is the two-handed. So they can only use the one-handed little katana thing if they only have one arm.
Aww.
And so he's like he's fixed that. He got everyone like back in the base from like the huge thing that it took forever to kill. He had like his group of archers like shoot and then run away, and it chased him and then shoot again and then run away until it finally died. It's just a nice like wholesome playthrough, and I want to play this game. I just haven't been able to buy it yet.
Is it like PS4? Is it PC?
It's a Steam game, but it's like $20. And I'm like waiting for it to go on sale, because it's old enough now that the developers are working on Kenshi 2.
Okay.
So
it should like be a good sale when it does go on sale.
So I'm hoping that like when we get the spring or summer sale, it'll be cheap enough to be like, yeah, okay, I'll buy it for like $10. I just can't justify spending $20, $25 on it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been like watching through all of Tobel's playthrough, and it's like he like actually like cares about his little dudes. Aww. He was like so upset when he had like archers lined up along the edge of his walls one time, and one of them because you can accidentally get friendly fire.
Oh no!
So that's how his first person died. It was going out collecting a corpse to burn it from like a raid that had happened. And the person, I guess whoever they were trying to collect wasn't dead. And so the archer shot it and killed the dude that was trying to collect the corpse.
Oh no!
And he was like, what? He died? Because some of the people, like his little dudes, are actually named after his subscribers.
Oh no!
He's like, so-and-so, you died! So he had like a little service and then burned the body. But like, and he had like a little like, gravestone and everything for it.
Oh.
And then someone else like died by the same damn thing at the new base, and he's like, oh my god, these archers are just murderous. He's like, we can't let them do anything. No, but yeah.
I didn't play with that.
Yeah, it's really, like, I want to build, like, just seeing where his, like, little dude was, like, by himself, alone, outside of this city, almost got eaten by, like, cannibals and shit, and almost got, like, grabbed by these slave traders, because there are slave traders in the game that'll enslave your characters, with, like, his one arm and everything, and he found the dude an arm, and then he couldn't go in the city anymore, because it was the holy city that hates women, and people that have, like, robotic arms, or robots, or, like, the other, like, races in the thing. So, they hate everybody pretty much, and so they, like, attacked, like, he got, like, his second little character that he got, he was walking in the desert, and he's like, we got some money, and let's see if, like, they have, like, any animals, because you can get animals to, like, carry some of your stuff, and he's like, they have, like, dogs. He's like, I could get a little dog from my dude. Yeah. So he pays the money, and he has, like, a little dog. And at one point, like, the Holy City people like end up attacking his dog, and he's like, "You attacked my dog."
Oh.
The dog's fine. The dog's still going strong. The dog is like the leader of a bunch of like other dogs. They have like a dog force.
Yay!
Yeah, he's like has like a whole like group of like a bunch of dogs and some like oxen that also fight while carrying a bunch of crap. And he has like a little, like he recently got a little goat that he named like Storm Chaser, the Dark Lord of all or something. And he's like, "Oh my god, you have to go over there out of the way. You're not strong enough. Send all the dogs over to kill the stuff, but you go over there."
Oh.
So like he has a sense of humor about it. And like I tweeted him and was like, it's really nice to see this play through. Your voice is really calming after a long day at work. And he's like, "Oh, thanks." And he's like, it's nice, and assuming I don't like get Beep to die. And Beep is like a little tune that he incorporated into his thing. And it's a hiver or something like that. It's a different race. And they don't really have like feet. They just have, it looks like they have like stumps where their legs end. Because they're like an insect race or something.
Okay.
So every so often when you go inside like a city, if it's a friendly city, they'll be like, "I never saw a person with no feet. I've seen everything now." And it's really funny because you'll see like some of the NPCs like talking, and he's like, "This little dude," he's like, "This is a cool dude, I'm gonna name him Beep." He's like, "This dude, I'm gonna train in stealth, because if we train him in stealth, he can be really stealthy and he can steal shit for us." He's like, "We're gonna steal some shit. We're gonna steal some shit from the Holy City."
Yeah.
Because they're assholes. And so he trained little Beep up. So everything, like, he's extremely fond of Beep. Like, extremely fond.
So Beep's gonna die.
Beep is the greatest. Beep is amazing. The Discord that he has loves Beep. And, like, I love Beep. I'm, like, so emotionally attached to this other dude's playthrough with this character. I'm almost at the end of his playthrough. And, like, he's still putting out episodes because he's not done with the world yet. And I'm just excited that Beep has not died. Because it's come really close a couple of times, and he's been like, "Beep cannot die." He's like, "Oh shit." He's like, the series is over if Beep dies. Holy shit. But Beep has done so well. He's run across the map so many times, and like stolen so many things, and now he's like badass. His strength is up. He can like fight a bunch of shit. He's like invested a lot of like ninja training in Beep, so Beep doesn't have like a sword. Beep has like fights ninja style, and he just like comes like flying with one foot at someone and like does ninja stuff. It's so cute. And he got like, I'll show you a picture. After we're done, I'll show you like a video or something. But you can find like crafting stuff, right? So you can like craft like swords and mail and like armor and all that stuff and hats. He found a hat that is like almost like a top hat, and it also puts like little round sunglasses on your character, so it's really stylish. And he's like, "Beep needs this hat." So like Beep has this hat and this like fancy ninja outfit, and he's like, "Oh, Beep is styling. Beep is the greatest." So he's off like stealing shit and sneaking into stuff to get stuff for like the farms, and he's wearing like this top hat and glasses. It's the cutest damn thing. That's what I've been doing for like the past like week. Is like going through this entire damn playthrough. YouTube today was like, "Did you know that you have been watching YouTube for 8 hours?" And I was like, "Shut up."
What? It'll like tell you that?
Yeah, I turned those off.
Okay, apparently I have those. I've never had that pop up, which is a good thing.
You actually can set it so it like alerts you. It's like, "Did you know that you've been watching YouTube for 8 hours? Are you okay?" It's like, "Shut up."
Like, don't judge me.
The first time I did it, I turned it off, and today I just looked like, because I was curious, I was going through my settings because YouTube decided to like pop up someone's stream on my phone. Like, "Well, you want to watch this on your TV?" And I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to watch this on my TV." So I went to the settings and turned off the like suggested pop-ups for people that were live or something. And I was like, "Oh, no, I don't want to do that." And so I looked and see like how many. I've watched 86 hours of YouTube this week so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not proud of that, but you know. Do you have any reps?
I recently rediscovered this one fic that I think it was my first ever podfic.
Nice.
And it's by Verity Burns. It's called The Heart in the Hole. It's a John Locke fic. The summary is, events after the Great Game leave Sherlock dependent on his best friend and colleague, but John has a secret of his own. And it's...
I'm trying to remember what that is. Because I know I've read it.
Yeah, it's basically, Sherlock gets, like, a brain injury.
Yeah!
And then he goes blind for a while.
Yeah!
It was my first ever podfic. And it's also read by Verity Burns, the podfic.
Nice.
It's so... I just recently, like, listened to it again. I'm just like, oh, I've missed this so much. It's so good. It's just... It's so good. And it's great. And Verity Burns also does another one called The Road Less Traveled.
Yeah.
And like and for both of these fics, there's art that people have done for them. And so like if you go down to works inspired by it, there's like a whole list of like art for like each chapter that people have done.
Oh yeah. With a fic that big.
Oh, it's so good.
Nice.
Oh, it's so good.
I miss the olden days of Sherlock fandom.
Yeah.
Before shit got real and I stopped caring.
Yeah. Well, and what I was Googling earlier while I forget what you were talking about.
Probably about Tobel.
No, it was, no, it was while you were talking about One Direction.
Oh.
I was like, wait a second, and I just had to Google, because I remember this one fic, it's only on fanfiction.net.
Of course.
It's not on AO3. I'm hesitant to go and reread it. But it's called The Writing on the Wall. And all I remember is that there's like magic and John is magic. And he's like trying to keep it a secret, especially from Sherlock.
Yeah. And
Sherlock is like, I know there's something. What is it? Tell me now. Yeah. And John's like, no. And he's like, I'm gonna find out. And I just remember that at the end, it's like skips like, we'll say like 10 years or something where they're both like older. And Lestrade like stops by because they like moved out into like a house in the country, and so Sherlock can have his bees and stuff. And Lestrade mentions to John, it's like, yeah, I honestly didn't think Sherlock would live this long because I figured, with whatever damage he did to his body with like the drugs and stuff, that he would have died by now. And John's like, he would have, but because John's magic, he like would like draw Sherlock a bath and like would put like different herbs and stuff and like do magic and stuff in it, and it like would like slowly heal him over time, like whatever damage. And it's just like,
this sounds familiar. This is probably another
I don't remember
that I might have read like maybe on LiveJournal.
I don't remember what all happens, but that's all I remember.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I'm gonna go and try and reread it.
What other recs do you have? I don't really have any recs because I was too busy talking about Tobel.
Oh, last night it's just like, I just wonder, because I don't like ASMR, because a lot of it, it's like, oh, I'm scratching on this thing, and I'm just like, I can't. But then one popped up randomly in my suggestion that was like ASMR reading, like somebody was like reading, that's like very quiet, very calm, and you just like hear them turning the pages, and it's actually...
That sounds nice.
It's really nice. And so I found this lady, she's reading The Hobbit, and it's like a really nifty book where it's also like illustrated.
Nice.
And I was like, because I can't stand ASMR usually. I was just like, I'm just curious. And so, she has the book, and she has like a candle there, just like that. And she moves the candle, and she like, here, open the book. And I got tingles as like open the book. I'm just like, oh, okay. And then, she like, as she reads, she like moves her finger across the page so you can like kind of read along if you want. And she just like, it's so good. It's so calming.
That would be the only way I could read The Hobbit.
Yeah. And it's like, she's just reading, it's very quiet, and she's like, just reading along, and just like, okay. It's like, I can do this.
So that is what people talk about with ASMR.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I understand when people are like, I got tingles, or usually I'm just like, it's nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
And this sounds like, it's really good. And so there's like a few other books like on her channel. I'm like, okay, like, I can do this, so I need to just have that playing instead of like, getting woken up by Dan screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, like when...
Even on like the lowest volume setting that I can possibly have on my phone, it is still so loud when they do the live streams. Because those are louder than their other gaming episodes.
Yeah.
And so I will wake up when a live stream pops up in like their playlist of games, and I have to like skip and like roll over and go back to sleep.
Because I have like the playlist of like their general games. That I can just like look wherever, and then I have the playlist if I want to like have it playing as I'm falling asleep because it's short and it doesn't have Dan screaming.
Yeah,
so it's like their golf videos.
Yeah,
and like one or two
and maybe Sims.
Yeah, Not really The Sims, because I tried that shit. Dan screams in some of it. And usually,
well, you have to, pick and choose.
Yeah. So, I've got that, but when I forget to switch over to the sleeping one,
Yeah.
and so then halfway through, I forget that, the, what is it, the longest quiz ever, or something like that?
Oh, the impossible quiz?
The impossible quiz. It felt long, because it was 5 episodes, so it was the longest quiz
6.
ever.
Because it was 5, and they had to do 6 for, the bonus.
Yeah, so, I'd be it's fine, watching, that, and then, the impossible quiz video, that one of those will pop up and be oh, I'm wide fucking awake, it's 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Or, Dan screaming about the Sands genocide episode, I'm oh, yeah, it's 3 a.m., I'm wide awake, great! I'll finish watching this video, then go to bed again.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't have any Rex, because, like I said, I was too busy talking about Tobel and his stupid playthrough.
Which is fine with me. But that's all my Rex. I haven't done a whole lot with my life. I haven't read a lot because I've just been watching Materwelonz play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nice.
Because I watched Mark's playthrough of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I knew he played that and I started watching it is because when he did the video of horseback riding.
Yeah.
He mentioned that he would drive his horse off a cliff, which I completely understand because I've done that too in games. Where I'm just I'm not going to follow the path. I'm just going to cut straight through the world, and I'm falling off a cliff.
Yeah,
I do that all the time in Assassin's Creed, which now my character doesn't have fall damage now, but my horse doesn't.
But your horse does.
So my horse will die. I'll have to keep running until my horse regenerates, and then I'll call my horse and have to go, and it's just a constant thing. Because I'm not going to follow the path that'll take me this way and wind around when I can just cut straight through the world. And so then I found his playthrough of that and I was okay. And so I watched all that and he didn't even get nowhere near 50% done. And his videos were, hour, 2 hours long. And I mean, it was 12 or 13 episodes or something like that. I don't even think he got 30% done. Because at one point he's we're at 13%.
Yeah,
And so he's I'm not going to play. He's normally if I was playing by myself, he's I would get that 100% and I would go and do every little thing and inspect everything. Kind of like Dan.
Yeah.
It's okay, I also do that. And, well, Materwelonz, you're seeing a little more because, they're actually going through and they're I'm gonna, it's you
they
hear the other characters. Well, it's in the very first episode, you go and explore his house. And you're with, 2 other characters, and you hear the 2 other characters outside by their horses being are you done yet? It's what's taking so long? And, well, it's just, opening drawers and being I'm looting, leave me alone! It's that's same. And you just, hear the other characters being get a move on! This is what I'm here for, because that would be me. It's I'm gonna explore every little nook and cranny.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Well, yeah. Paid for this game.
Yeah.
I'm playing this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to wring every drop of entertainment out of this game.
Yeah. And I like it because that game you can choose whether or not you're going to be a good guy or a bad guy. And you can kind of go back and forth because you can have choices to either okay, well this person you're holding hostage, you can either kill him or let him go.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll depend on, you have a little slidey scale of how good and bad you are as you go through the game. And so that's cool. I like that.
So it's kind of the same lines as Detroit Become Human.
I love it so much. And it's just, I love it. And so I'll just have that playing. I mean, it's 76 episodes.
Damn.
And they're anywhere from an hour and a half long. It's great. I love it. I think some are maybe half an hour or some, or it varies depending on what's going on. I love it so much. Because I like it how Welonz doesn't do an intro and outro for every video. They just flow, and it's oh, this is great.
Yeah. Because after a while, the intro and outros, it's oh god, I can tell a video is starting again because Jack's screaming again. Yeah.
And so it's there's the introduction in the very first episode, and then the videos just flow, and I love that so much.
They realize that people are not gonna watch just the one in the very middle. You're probably gonna start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Why would you not? That's stupid. If you have a playthrough of the entire game, why would you start the second to last episode?
Yeah. And I love it because it's still ongoing.
Nice.
And so they're still putting up more, along with, the Witch Hunter something, and another, long series, like long game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is so long.
Yeah, I couldn't watch any of Mark playing it. I tried watching the first one, and I can't do like the Western thing. I was like, this is not interesting. Let me go rewatch. I'm gonna go watch something else. It's like I'm subscribed to enough people now that I don't just have like one or two things. If I don't have Dan or Phil playing in the background, just as background noise, then I have right now I have Tobel playing in the background as background noise.
Yeah, but it's like I'll have Wellens on the TV as I'm like doing stuff on my laptop or my phone. It's like it's fine.
Yeah.
You listen to the latest Kevin and Ursula?
Ooh, about the rooster?
Yeah.
Because I had not listened to it, and then I saw something on Twitter about how Dotson was attacking Ursula.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, because I saw something about how Dotson wasn't there, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I need to listen to the most recent episode, because I assume they talk about it, because whoever they had on that episode tweeted something about it.
Yeah.
Tweeted something about, like, Dotson, and I was like, oh shit. But that's really funny that Dotson just attacking Ursula for no freaking reason.
Yeah, because, Kevin is, like, obviously belongs to Dotson.
Yeah, Kevin is his people, and Ursula is
in
this
the
bitch.
way.
Ursula's like, this bitch that just keeps coming up and being by Kevin.
I know, I love it.
But I hope the new rooster works out okay. Yeah. And it's nice to the hens.
Even though he has a duck fetish.
Even though he, likes the ducks better, but it's okay. He's like a rooster furry, and the furry is ducks.
Yeah, it's a good thing they don't have ducks.
That's probably a good thing they don't have ducks.
I'm still waiting for them to get a goat. Because I've been listening to the older episodes, and they were both like, we're not getting chickens. Even Kevin was like, we're not getting chickens. And now they have chickens and a rooster. And it's like,
they need a goat for that patch of...
Yeah, for Doug's skull.
Yeah. They need a goat just to, just keep, the grass trimmed. Mm-hmm. I mean, Ursula doesn't even have to care about the goat. She'll end up caring about the goat.
Oh, yeah.
And Kevin will end up caring about the goat. But, they'll build the goat in a little house. Be Kevin's goat. It'll be Gavin. Gavin the goat. And, they'll build a little house.
It'll be Goat Bob.
The house will probably be automated, like the chicken coop, because Kevin can't leave well enough alone. Mm-hmm. And the goat will, live its happy life, and they'll get to go to friend, because the goat will be lonely. And then this is how it all ends.
I love it. So it's just,
eventually
we're not getting chickens.
They'll end up with a cow.
See, I like cows. Cows are my speed. They're just kind of there.
They're chill.
But,
Yeah, eventually when I, have a house out in the middle of nowhere, so people leave me the hell alone.
Yes.
Up a really long driveway with security cameras along it, so I can tell someone's coming.
And a gate at the end.
And a gate.
Yeah.
And, the no trespassing. I'm talking about you Jehovah's Witnesses. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I gotta pee.
Cool. Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, have you watched Mark's video of Mark, Tyler, and Ethan doing the egg drop?
Yes, Ethan was so pitiful.
I know,
it's the only time I felt sad for Ethan.
I was just like, oh, and I like how even Mark and Tyler were just like, they feel bad.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
Honestly, I don't give a shit about Ethan. Yeah. Honestly, he ranks on, the teenage boy level for me, so I don't give a single shit. But, I was like, oh, this poor kid. I was like,
poor baby.
I feel bad for him. These grown-up adults are, being mean.
I know.
Do they realize that he's a baby and they're, almost 30?
Yeah.
You're being mean to the child.
I know. But I love it how, more and more Mark is, turn to Amy and be like, Amy, I love you. Even if it's, kind of joking, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
I love it how they're actually, because whereas before, Mark was hesitant to just say, so I have a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Don't get attached, because I don't know if she's gonna stay.
Yeah, and it was just, because he just, mentioned it in passing in a few years ago, one video, just yeah, my girlfriend, and everybody was like, what? What girlfriend? We need to know. And he trying to make a big deal, and now he's just like, Amy!
Amy, my one true love.
I love Amy.
So really, we should be expecting to see a wedding ring on her finger at any point, because she better put a ring on it.
Yeah.
She needs to take him out to a nice place, a nice dinner, and be like, Mark, I've been with you for a while and I love you. Will you marry me?
Yeah, and we have dog children.
We have dog children, and you have a channel that's paying both of our bills.
And she's doing good, like, with her pottery and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, like, I think it's time that I ask you to marry me so he can, like, sit there and be like, oh my god, I'm getting married!
Apparently, obviously, Mark's mom likes her.
Yeah. She needs to ask Mark's mom if it's okay that she marry Mark.
Yes.
I want to ask for your son's hand in marriage.
Oh, it'd be great. I hope, like, works out.
I hope so, too. But I assume, like, Jack has a new girlfriend now.
Yeah,
so, like,
gamer girl.
Yeah, so, I hope it's working out
her
fine.
Name is.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But she's a gamer girl, so that's good.
So at least, like, she really understands, like...
Oh, yeah.
The stupid that happens in the gamer community.
Mm-hmm.
Just the general fucking stupid.
I love and simultaneously hate Jack's little ponytail. Because he looks like Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is, like, the really goofy character. And it's just, like, I love it, because at first I was like, why is his hair slicked back? And then he, like, turned his head, and I just did, like, a little ponytail, and I was like, what?
I swear to God. Like, I watched his, like, April Fool's video. That's why I didn't want to record. Like, I was going to text you on April 1st and be like, we need to record, and I was like, wait a second. I don't know what stupid shit these people are going to do. We have to put that off. So I watched that, and I'm like, Jack, what are you doing? And then I, like, saw he had the little ponytail, and, like, the entire, like, half of his head is shaved, and I'm like, oh god, it's the new trend. Because there's a couple people at work that have started that. There's one dude that he got his head shaved all the way up to here, and then he has, like, the fringe, but this side is also shaved. So he has, like, this much hair on his head that's, like, a fringe. And apparently this is in style now. This, like, mostly shaved, which is fine.
So it's the captive orca look, where it's like their fin just kind of flops
Yeah,
over.
that's what they're... Yeah, I'm gonna tell him that next time I see him. But...
The sad orca.
Like, and now Jack's doing that, and, like, he's not even, like, fixing it by shaving off that beard. It's like, oh, okay.
At least
you can't
trim it.
You can't shave off the beard, but you can shave half your head. I see how it is.
Like, just trim the beard.
This is, like, a stupid, like, new... What was it called? What is it called? A mullet. It's like a backwards mullet, almost.
Oh, God, it is.
It's like a backwards mullet, where, like, you have the hair on the very top of your head.
Party in the front, and, like, what the fuck in the back.
Yes. There's nothing in the back. And the party is all in your face. And the top of your head where there's a ponytail. And I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Do you know what I mean when I say Sokka from Avatar?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Because
that's exactly the look.
I know, like...
That's exactly the look.
I can't. It's just like, this is the trend now. And Mark is not allowed to do it. I forbid it.
Oh, God.
I absolutely forbid it.
No, I think Mark likes his hair too much, and he's afraid it won't grow back.
I would hope that Amy would also be on my wavelength and also forbid it. And Mark would see that on Jack and be like, listen, bro, I can't live my life that way. You do you, but I can't do that.
Mm-hmm. He'd probably be afraid it would accentuate the size of his head if he did that.
Yeah.
Because in the fencing video, he's like, I'm a medium across the board, like, in clothing-wise. He's like, but I have, like, a triple X head. And so she had to, like, get out the extra special helmet for him.
You have the extra big helmet.
Yeah, it was so funny.
You freaking weirdo.
Oh, I love it. I like that lady that teaches him fencing.
I need to watch that video.
Adore her.
I need to watch that video. I'll do that afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, I adore her so much. I wouldn't mind getting taught by her.
Nice. Alright. Anything else to add?
No.
Okay.
They keep parking in my spot. And if they do it again, I'm going to park so close that they can't get in their driver's door.
Do you want to park in my spot?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm just asking.